Vale of the Whispering Sands, in the sun-scorched plains of Eryndor, where golden dunes stretch toward a horizon kissed by mirages, nestled the village of Sunhaven. This resilient settlement was a tapestry of sun-bleached tents and adobe homes, its people custodians of a fading legend tied to the Whispering Sands, a vast desert expanse said to conceal the Oasis of Echoes, a mystical spring guarded by the whispers of ancestors. For centuries, the oasis had sustained Sunhaven with its life-giving waters, but a creeping silence had overtaken the sands, drying wells and withering date palms, leaving the village on the brink of collapse. The elders spoke of a lost song, forgotten by time, that could awaken the oasis and restore their lifeline. Talia, a young weaver with a spirit as enduring as the desert winds, had grown up amid this desolation. Orphaned when the silence first descended, a day when a sandstorm swallowed her parents, she was raised by Elder Zari, a stooped woman with hands scarred from weaving and eyes that held the wisdom of the dunes. Zari taught Talia the craft of tapestry, infusing each thread with stories of resilience and instilled a deep connection to the sands. Her eyes, a warm hazel like desert sunsets, gleamed with a determination to uncover the truth. "The oasis isn't lost," she would declare. "It's waiting for our voices." Zari, her voice weathered by years, cautioned of the sand's perils, illusions that twisted longing into despair, guardians of dust that fed on doubt, and a heart of stillness that silenced the brave. One midsummer eve, when the silence deepened, cloaking Sunhaven in a stifling heat that cracked the earth, Talia could wait no more. The village's water stores dwindled, and the children's play faded into the hush of thirst. Zari convened a gathering beneath the ancient acacia, her voice trembling as she urged endurance, though her gaze reflected the community's waning spirit. Talia, seated among the weary, felt a surge of purpose. She had pieced together a melody from Zari's fragmented songs, hinting at the heart of tides, a pearl said to hold the oasis's essence. Resolved, she donned a cloak embroidered with protective patterns and took a staff tipped with a sunstone, stepping into the whispering sands at dusk. The desert entrance was a shimmering mirage, its edges rippling with faint, fading light. The air grew thick with the scent of dry sand and sage, and whispers arose. Soft at first, like the sigh of wind, then insistent, pleading, "We dry, sing us awake." Talia gripped her staff, its sunstone glowing faintly, and ventured forth. The sands unfolded, a labyrinth of shifting dunes and hidden hollows, their surfaces glinting with crystalline dust. The ground pulsed subtly, as if the desert held its breath. As Talia journeyed deeper, the sand stirred. Shadows formed into spectral figures, ancient weavers and nomads, their forms translucent, reciting tales of endurance, lost caravans, and fading songs. Dust tendrils lashed out, forcing visions of her parents' final struggle, their silhouettes, lost to the storm, unleashing a grief she had suppressed. The dunes shifted, paths dissolving into sinkholes that whispered her name. Fear seized her, her breath ragged. But she held to Zari's teachings. "Songs are the heartbeat of the land," she had said. Drawn on that strength, she pressed on, humming the melody she had learned. Hours melted into an endless night, the staff's light flickering with each gust of hot air. The whispers grew louder, weaving fears of failure, abandonment, and the village's demise under her care. Yet, amid the chaos, a memory emerged. Zari singing a lullaby of the sands, its notes a comfort in her loneliest moments. With renewed resolve, she navigated the shifting dunes, guided by the melody's cadence. Deeper in, she reached a vast hollow aglow with a dim, pulsing light. At its center lay the heart of tides, a luminous pearl nestled in a cradle of sand, its surface cracked, leaking tendrils of shadow that chilled the air. The whispers surged, revealing not malice but a plea. The pearl held the oasis's spirit, silenced by forgotten melodies. Talia approached, her heart pounding, and touched the pearl. Visions flooded her mind. Caravans thriving by the oasis, weavers crafting under its shade, communities united in song. Amid the decline, glimmers of hope shone. acts of sharing in scarcity, a child's chant piercing silence, a nomad's dance reviving spirits. The sands weren't cursed by enmity. They languished from neglect, their essence yearning for renewal. With steady hands, Talia sang the melody. Weaving it with Sunhaven's oldest chants, her voice rising like a prayer. The pearl glowed, mending its cracks, and a wave of warmth surged outward. Shadows dissipated, dust bloomed into oasis, and the air carried the scent of water. Emerging at dawn, the first light gilding the dunes, Talia was met with awed murmurs. She held a shard of the pearl, its glow illuminating her sand-streaked face. Rain fell gently, reviving the wells, and date palms sprouted anew. Zari embraced her, tears in her eyes, whispering, "You've sung life back to us." The whispering sands, once feared, became a pilgrimage site, its dunes now echoing with songs of revival. Sunhaven flourished again. Wells overflowed. Children played by the reborn oasis, and the village square hummed with shared tales. Talia became a weaver of legends, leading rituals to honor the sands, her shard a symbol of restored life. She formed a council with Zari, preserving the village's songs and teaching the young to value their roots. Festivals arose, celebrating the heart of tides with dances and chants, honoring Talia's courage. Years later, as Talia's hair silvered, she faced a new challenge. A distant tribe, parched by silence, sought her aid. With Zari's blessing, she journeyed forth, carrying the shard and a new song. The trek was arduous through scorching sands and shadowed oases, but her faith held. When the first pearl shard glowed in foreign soil, water flowed, and the tribe rejoiced. Her legend spread, a beacon across Eryndor. In her final days, Talia returned to the sands, now a haven of life. One midsummer night, as stars pierced the sky and the pearl pulsed brightly, she sang the lullaby, her voice carrying over Sunhaven. As she closed her eyes, the sands hummed in harmony. The villagers gathered below felt the warmth spread, knowing Talia's courage had woven a legacy that would endure. The tale of Talia and the whispering sands lived on, a story of a weaver who turned silence into song. Whispered across Eryndor, pilgrims visited the oasis, weaving offerings, threads, stones, melodies, crafting a shrine to the sand's power. Her legacy inspired others to seek their own voices, proving that even in the driest silence, song could bloom anew.